Hello everybody, today I'll be showing you how I made my first horizontal axle wind turbine or hot. First, I want to take a minute to talk about the blades here. These blades are 6-inch PVC, and how I made these, I basically found a YouTuber that's a real good guy. His his page channel is Doug2877, or he just goes by West Coast Doug. Anyway, in his video, which I'm going to try and figure out how to put a link to his video, he shows you how to make these blades, and in the video he says if you're interested in making these, he'll just send you a template or a pattern. So I went ahead and just PM'd him and said, I'd be interested in getting the pattern. So he just mailed it out for free, no problems there. And this is basically what you get, and this is all you really need. So even if, in his video, which is very complete, if you still have any questions, he also wrote the instructions on there. So that's my shout out to Doug. Very good guy, highly recommended to subscribe to. Alright, so I went ahead and made my blades out of, like I said, 6-inch PVC. And now I'll talk about the motor here. This motor is just a DC treadmill motor, 2.25 horsepower. And for a lot of people, you can get these for free. How you can get them for free, most of these just come out of old treadmills. I recommend going on Craigslist, looking under the free section, and just type in treadmill. And you might have to be patient, you might have to wait a few months, but a lot of the times they'll say treadmill not working, or treadmill barely works, needs help. So I just go grab the treadmill or treadmills. I've gotten a few myself, and just tear them apart and get the motor out of it. So then you got a free motor there for your turbine. And if you can't find one, or just don't want to wait, to try and find your free treadmill or free motor, I think they run on eBay for right around $30. So it's also not a horrible price. It's not free, obviously, but you can't get one for free. That's, I guess, the next step you have to take. So I'm going to skip the step on attaching these. Basically, I just took the blades and attached it right to the plate here. Centered it the best I could, and seems to work pretty good. So next we'll go to the frame, and I found some old scrap 2x4s that I had laying in the shed there, and I believe this one is 33 inches. Let me just double check. Yeah, 33 inches. So just went ahead and took the 2x4, cut it down to 33 inches. It was a little longer, but I thought that was a good size to go for. And next, what I did, I had to go to Lowe's because I didn't have any ring clamps this size. And this one is actually 5 1/4 for this size. So I went ahead and slipped 3 of these on here, and you could probably get away with 2. I just like to, I guess, go a little overboard, so I threw on 3. And I just stuck the motor on. Okay. Stuck the motor on. Alright, third one. And I just put these in a random spot. And one tip is, I like to put these where you tighten it down on the top, because I did make a cover for it, which I'll go over in a minute, and it just fits better that way. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. Okay, and I'll tighten the third one down here. Okay, good enough for the video. Anyway, so go ahead and tighten those down. And next I wanted to design a tail. And this tail I just grabbed a scrap piece of 4x8 that I had, well, from a 4x8 sheet of plywood. And I'll show you here. So this tail that I made, give you the measurements real quick and then I'll show you. It is actually 19 3/4 long, and the width is 15 3/8. So this is what I came up with for a tail. I just guessed, honestly. I knew if it was going to be too small, the turbine would not find a good wind direction and just either not work at all or just kind of spin around. So I just kind of grabbed whatever I had laying around in the shed for scrap wood and basically just made my own design. I thought this one kind of looked a little retro, you know, sort of Fordish. So it was basically just a plain rectangle, and I just hand drew from the middle there to, I forgot how far deep it was, right around 9 inches. From here to here. I just took and hand sketched a curve there, which was this one. Cut it out. Looked pretty good. And I just took that scrap piece, laid it on the other side, traced it, and then I used a jigsaw here and cut it with a jigsaw. And it did look like this, and I thought it still looked kind of plain. So I actually had a bucket sitting beside me, so I just took the top of the, set the bucket on top of it, just traced out a semicircle there, and came up with that, and seems to work pretty good. So I've seen some people just have them attached, inside like that, but I thought it might be better if it kind of hung out to the back. So I went ahead and cut this channel out here, and let me tell you, the plywood tail that I made is 3/8 inch thick. So that's 3/8 inch thick. So I found the center of the 2x4 and put 3/8 on there, which ended up being 1.5 inches from both sides. So I went ahead and measured 1.5 inches from the outside to the inside. Flipped it over 1.5 inches. I marked it off where it was, drew my lines, and used my jigsaw again, and just cut that out. So, and this thing fits kind of tight in there. Actually, it fits so snug that I had to use a mallet to get it in there. It actually cracked the wood, which I'm pretty sure that's not going to show up on camera. But so anyway, I just took my tail here, and I do have this on a certain size. See if I can get it in there. Yeah, that's pretty tight in there. Okay, so now that's on there, and I just randomly put 2 screws on this side and 3 screws on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and attach those real quick. And the screws that I like to use on this, I use the exterior screws. In the past, I used to use drywall screws, but they just rust out and break and snap. So these, so far, seem to be holding out a lot better, but eventually they'll fail too. But alright, go ahead and flip it over. Get the other side. Let me get that out of the way. This is actually the bulk of your turbine right here. So next, I had to find a way for it to spin or pivot. And I thought of a few different options, and with some research and checking out a lot of different videos on these, I noticed that people were using galvanized steel. And what I went with was, let's see, this is 1-inch galvanized steel floor flange, I believe. And I just went ahead, bought this at Lowe's, and this at Lowe's. I would have found or bought a smaller one, but this is the smallest size they had. And this is 1 inch by 24 inches, so 2 feet. So what you do, go ahead and screw this into the floor flange. And I don't worry about it. Okay. So now I got that on there. I stood that up, took the turbine, or the body here, set it on here until I found where it balanced itself. So if it's here, obviously it's just going to fall right over. And if I put it up here, it would be in the way of the bracket. So I found a nice happy medium, which is right here. And I'll tell you what the measurement was on that. From the front to the center of the flange is almost exactly 7 inches. So the front of it is roughly at 5 inches, the middle is 7 inches, and the back is right around 8 inches, 8 3/4 inches. So then I went ahead, took this part back off, right there, and I needed a place for my wires to go. So I just took one of my boring bits, basically, and just went through there, make sure you don't hit the motor. I actually didn't have the motor on when I went ahead and drilled that out. So I went ahead and drilled that out. So now all I have to do, when I hook this up to my other set of wires, is stick that through there, and then when it spins, the wires don't get tangled up or anything. And just go ahead and screw that back in. So let me take that out. Alright, screw that back. So then you get this product right here. And what I use for the pole that this actually slides into, and it's, I might be able to show you. Put that there. I went to Lowe's once again and bought a 1 1/4 inch conduit, and this one has, I don't know if I can find the tag on. Okay, this says 1 1/4 inch EMT. This was $10, not too bad. And once you got your wires run through, you just insert, and this is really long pole. It's 10 foot, by the way. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. So it's 10 foot tall. I got enough room here. There we go. So as you can see, it does spin really well. Even if it's just metal to metal, it does spin really well. But what I'm going to do is I'm also going to take and find some axle grease or fifth wheel axle, fifth wheel grease, and just kind of lube it up there so it'll spin a little better. Okay. The next video, when I get a chance, I'll have it all hooked up and show you how well it works. So, alright, I appreciate you watching the video. Take care, and God bless.